Every single day, we're all walking this kind of digital tightrope. On one hand, we're sharing our information to connect with people, to get work done, to buy things. But on the other hand, we're trying desperately to keep that exact same information safe from prying eyes. This whole balancing act is really at the heart of two words we hear all the time, but let's be honest, often get mixed up: privacy and security. So let's dive in and really untangle what they mean. Just think about the last time you installed an app or signed up for some new service. You probably saw that massive wall of text, the terms and conditions, and you just clicked agree to get on with it. Come on, we all do it. But that one little click, that's where this entire conversation about our digital rights really begins. It's that exact moment we trade a piece of our information for access. So let's break this down with a super simple analogy. Imagine your personal data is like treasure, locked away in a vault. Privacy. Well, privacy is all about the rules. It's your right to decide who gets to see the treasure, why they get to see it, and what they're even allowed to do with it. Security, on the other hand, is all about the guards. It's the thick walls, the heavy-duty locks, and the blaring alarm systems that physically protect that treasure from being stolen by someone who shouldn't have it. And here is the absolute key to how these two work together. You can totally have a fortress with the best guards in the world, that's security, but still have zero rules about who can get to the treasure inside. Just imagine a bank vault that anyone with a key can just waltz into and take whatever they want. But you absolutely cannot have privacy without security. All the rules in the world don't mean a thing if you don't have guards to enforce them and stop thieves from just breaking down the door. So the main takeaway is this: strong security is the foundation you need to actually enforce your privacy rights. Okay, so we've got the definitions down, but why does this distinction even matter so much? Well, because when either the rules or the guards fail, the consequences can be, well, pretty devastating. And we are facing a constant and growing wave of digital threats every single day. Let's make this real for a second. This isn't just about getting a few annoying ads. In 2024 alone, the Federal Trade Commission got 2.6 million fraud reports. And what was one of the biggest complaints? You guessed it, identity theft. This is the real-world cost when our data isn't protected. It can seriously impact our finances, our reputation, and just our general peace of mind. And the thing is, this threat is just relentless. On average, a new cyber attack is launched somewhere on the globe every 40 seconds. This isn't some rare event we're talking about. It's a constant automated barrage against our digital defenses, happening 24/7. And this visual, wow, it really puts the sheer scale of the problem into perspective, doesn't it? Every bubble you see here represents a massive data breach, and some of them involve hundreds of millions of people's accounts. You'll probably recognize a few of these names: social media platforms, hotel chains, big tech companies. These aren't just abstract companies. These are services that many of us use every single day. So what do these attacks actually look like? Well, hacking is that classic unauthorized access you think of. Ransomware is particularly nasty. It literally locks up your files and demands a payment to get them back. And phishing is all about deception. Attackers will create fake emails or websites that look just like your bank or a delivery service, trying to create the sense of urgency to trick you into handing over your password. Each one is designed to exploit a different weakness to get to our data. So, facing this nonstop onslaught of threats, how in the world do we even begin to fight back? Let's take a look at the frameworks that the pros use to build a structured defense. Okay, so here's a cool inside baseball concept from the world of cybersecurity. It's called the CIA triad. And no, not that CIA. This is basically the bedrock of information security. It stands for confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Think about your online bank account. Confidentiality means only you can see your balance. Integrity means the balance you're seeing is correct and hasn't been messed with. And availability means you can actually log in and access your money whenever you need to. A failure in any one of those three is a security failure. Here's another way organizations think about this. They call it the 4 Rs. It's not just about locking data down. It's about making sure the right information gets to the right people at the right time and in the right form. For example, your doctor needs your full medical history during an appointment, not a week later, and they need it in a format they can actually read, not some corrupted file. Getting this balance right is the whole ballgame. Modern security isn't about building a single perfect wall. It's all about defense in depth. Seriously, think of it like a medieval castle. You don't just have one outer wall, right? You've got a moat, then an outer wall, then an inner wall, and guards posted at every single gate. The goal is to have layered protection. You need tech to prevent attacks, systems to detect them if they get through, and then plans to tolerate and recover if those first two layers happen to fail. And then on the privacy side, the rules, well, governments have tried to step in. In the US, it's kind of a patchwork of different laws for different industries. You've got HIPAA, which sets the rules for your health data, FERPA for student records, and so on. The challenge here, of course, is that this patchwork approach can create a lot of gaps and inconsistencies, which is why there's this constant debate about whether we need a more comprehensive federal privacy law. So, we've covered the threats, we've covered the high-level strategies, but what can you, the individual, actually do? Let's bring this all down to a practical defense plan that you can start using today. Okay, here it is, your practical checklist. Now, listen up, because if you do nothing else, please do these two things. Use a different complex password for every important account you have, and turn on multi-factor authentication. That's that little code sent to your phone, wherever it's offered. Those two steps alone are your strongest shields. After that, it's all about good digital hygiene. Be mindful of what you share, use a VPN on public Wi-Fi, keep your software updated, and yeah, maybe try to at least skim those privacy policies to see what you're really agreeing to. And all of this brings us to our final, kind of lingering question. Following these steps will absolutely improve your privacy and security. But once a piece of your information is out there, once it's on the internet, shared with a company, stored on some server, is it ever completely back in your hands? It's a sobering thought, isn't it? And it's exactly why staying informed and just being vigilant is probably the most powerful tool we have in this digital age.